Hello, YouTube world and the universe beyond our screens here. We are very happy to be here for another Friday Night Live. Thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be a very interesting and fun episode, so we are so happy to have you. And today is the 1212 portal, so Shannon is going to mention a few things that she discovered about the 1212, and then we can start our conversation that way.
So I don't know how everybody's been feeling this week, but it's the 1212 portal. And as you guys know, we're in a snake year. It's a 9 year from a numerology standpoint. And so next year is going to be a 1 year, 2026, 2 plus 2 plus 6, 10, 1. And that's like a new beginning. So this is a snake shedding out of its skin is sort of the thought. And as the snake sheds out of its skin, you're just letting go of old stuff that no longer fits you. And the 1212 portal is a lot about inner balance and outer balance sort of aligning. And Kimberly and I were having a conversation before the live tonight about how, this has been a year where a lot of things that just no longer fit your energy, fit your vibe, like they're gone. You got to let them go. And so yesterday I was talking to two of my really close girlfriends who I hope watch us tonight. And I was telling them how proud I was because we were all talking about being very emotional. And I'm not like a cry at the drop of a hat person, but like, I mean, I was crying at a little tiny clip about people in Lowe's who had a cat. And they had this cat and it was like the Lowe's mascot and then it disappeared and they like went on this mission to find it and they found it all the way down in North Carolina. It had gotten on a truck, it had gotten down there, and they like were reunited with this cat. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And we were talking about how emotional we were, and both of them were very emotional too this week. And I kept telling them, I'm like, I'm so proud of you guys. Like, I've watched you both transform this year and really like come to terms with stuff and resolve things and do stuff that you're both uncomfortable with. And I'm like, I'm so proud of you. And I think we forget that. And so today I was like, yesterday makes so much sense today. And I think we all have to pause and go, what did we do this year to close out, karmic cycles, ancestral stuff, relationships that no longer serve you, activities that no longer, like whatever it is. And this has been the year that everybody's just been sort of hit like pow, pow, pow. Like you don't have a choice. It's coming for you whether you want it or not. But that's when it makes me think of. So how has it hit you guys this week?
Like your shirt says, balls deep.
I know. It fully says balls deep into Christmas. Gina's gonna think this is the only shirt I own.
I know.
You've
I
already
do
seen
think
it
that's the only
twice.
shirt. It's
That's
very
funny.
fitting
I get
though for
excited.
this month.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
been
know.
very, I've been feeling like pockets of just emotional, like emotions come on out of nowhere. And I'm just like, and I just, every time that happens, I thank God like that I've done all this work on myself because I see what's happening with the people that haven't. And it's pretty rough. And I don't know how I would make it through it with like shedding all these things like you're talking about and then discovering the new way of being and the new tools for this new energy. It's been a lot, right? And then it's like now we're gonna take all that embodied, we've been kind of embodying our tools all this year, new tools, and so we can be prepared for 2026, the fire horse. Let's go.
I mean, it's amazing. And when you think about all these different things, and then another friend of mine this morning, he's like, I had this dream. I could see all these numbers and all this information like coming at me. And he's like, I was taking it in and knowing it totally. And I said, Sean, I'm pretty sure that was a download. I don't think that was a dream. And, so that was like his last night into this day, his experience. So it's been a pretty profound portal. Everybody's like 8-8 lines gay, 8-8 lines gay, and then all the different. This 12-12 is like kicking butt.
How about you,
So
Gina?
ready.
How are you hanging in there?
Oh, it's been a 5,000 page saga over here, kind of just riding the waves. Let's see. Yeah, lots of like, I'll be driving and all of a sudden I'm like, and I have to, pull over and like cry and let it all out. And let me see what else. Oh, the other day I was like cooking or washing dishes or something, and all of a sudden I felt this huge wave of super high frequency light come in. I got dizzy, my lips got all cold, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to just sit down and ground this out." And it took a good half an hour to like integrate it, and then I just passed out the rest of the night. So it's just been like waves of crazy high energy. And yeah, I mean, family stuff. I won't talk about it too much, but like family members kind of transitioning and everything's changing, and it's beautiful, but yeah, it's rough. It's rough
And
at the
it's a
same
lot.
time. It's
Yeah.
roughly
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's riding the waves, like you said,
Yeah,
as
master
gracefully as we
surfer.
can. Yeah, that's
I
right.
Yeah. So,
Energy
think
surfer.
I
yeah.
think a lot of it is we have made this um how would you say, like, not decision, but also this, like, we have said to the universe, I'm ready. I want I want to be 100% authentic. I don't want to practice my old behaviors. I don't, and patterns, like I'm done with all that, right? So when you make that choice, it's going to be taken seriously, and you're doing it with such self-awareness and understanding that the universe or source or your God, they know this, right? So you're not being excused anymore. You're not being forgiven. And that sounds harsh. You're not being excused from this decision that you've made. So we are losing friends. We are losing um, people that are no longer serving us, and that doesn't come from ego. Like, we are fully participating with our eyes open right now, and sometimes it's pretty intense and hard, but it's also okay, because once you get through that minute or that day or whatever, when you come out on the other side, you're like, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like that, when you're balls deep, in spirituality.
We'll have to
um
make that shirt.
yeah, yes, she has. What is my, oh, mine says beast mode, so I guess
So
that's what I
cute.
was just talking about. Yeah. um
Nice.
but yeah, I think because I've noticed that a few times recently, like I'll have something pretty intense happen, but there'll be like a 30-second delay or a minute delay, and then I'll be like, that you're fully participating as an authentic being now. You're not, you don't get to do something stupid like you used to. I mean, we're still human and we still make mistakes, clearly. But like, you can't do it as if your eyes are closed anymore, I guess. And things are being taken away from us that no longer serve, and sometimes it feels really harsh, and we are going, but like loss, we just need to reframe the way we see loss, because loss is a really good thing right now. Because every time you lose something that's worn, it's a friendship, a relationship, a job, where you're living, every time that has been removed, whether you intentionally did it or not, or it's just part of this journey, when you when you're not emotionally reacting to it, you realize it's such a good thing. You're being relieved of pressure, of duty, of guilt and shame, and um, just being strung along by someone else who doesn't match your energy, like there's a lot of like all the, especially during the holidays, there's so many family members that'll try to make you feel guilty, or you end up agreeing to something that doesn't resonate at all anymore, and you realize like, oh my God, I've been doing this for 30 years. Like how have I been doing this for 30 years, and it makes it a little weird when you're at a family gather. Okay, I don't, this isn't my life, but like if you're at a family gathering or a friend gathering and you're like, yeah, I mean, I remember feeling like I was part of this, but I don't feel like I'm part of this anymore. I don't know. I don't think I'm just speaking for myself here. How about you all?
I'm sort of finding, and I don't mean this in a negative way, like it was everybody's time, but like, dude, I'm running out of people. Like, both of my parents, my
Yeah.
grandparents, like, I have my Aunt Beth, and then my aunts, like my uncles on my mom's side, I have all of them except for one. But like that's it. I'm out of, and that's what I woke up this year, and one of my brother said it to me. He goes, "You're like in charge now." And I was like,
Huh.
"What?" Like
Who decided
this
that?
can't
Yeah.
be me being like the oldest woman in the family,
Uh,
but other than my Aunt Beth, like that's I realized I'm it. There's like me and my cousins, and
well,
that's
they're
it.
very lucky to have you.
Yeah, I mean, I love them. But it didn't really hit me because I lost my mom earlier this year, and you just never think like one day you are like the oldest.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
that was a lot to take
You're like,
in.
time to break some cycles.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I know none of this is negative. It's actually super positive, but it sometimes it feels a little jarring or shocking, when something like I think that we get very um married to our suffering. We
Hmm.
are so used to something being a certain way because we've allowed it and everyone else has allowed it for so long, that when we don't have to feel that anymore, instead of relief being the first feeling, it's actually a ton of shadow work, because you are starting to let go of all these things that should have never been part of your life to begin with. And, like you agreed to it, um, or it was just easier to let someone else handle it, or just easier to let somebody. Well, for me, I've never tried to control how anyone else acts, or, I mean, except for being a mom. So when people pop off or act up or whatever, I'm like, okay, that's you being you. Like I don't necessarily agree with it, or maybe I'm not going to be around you as much anymore, but I'm not here to like change people or tell people how to act unless they directly um disrespect me or someone I care about, or they're doing something wrong and it's actually my job to call it, I guess. But oh man, but we're at a place where we get to choose now. We totally get to choose now. So when when the things are leaving, it's up to us, because like what a beautiful place to be in our lives. And it doesn't matter what age. Like this is an ascension thing. This is an awakening thing. You get to pick who you spend time with. You get to pick if you're, what's on the TV, or hopefully it's not the news. You get to pick what you're going to eat and what you're going to put in your body, and all that. And the quicker you get to the right choices, because you really know right from wrong now. And you can see how your body responds to things, or your mind responds to things. Like the quicker you replace all of the bad relationships or toxic environments or bad behaviors with authenticity, like your life is going to be so full of joy, and your gifts are going to come in, and your abilities are going to be huge. And that's the prize at the end. And um it's exciting. It's an exciting time, right now.
It
I would.
is. It's just a great time to to have all these possibilities. Now, I will say, sometimes I get freaked out. I always say, and we were just visiting our friends. They're like the greatest couple ever. They live in Dallas. And I was like, guys, your all's house is so amazing. And they like picked out every little detail. I'm not that person. Like, y'all got to give me a couple pre-done choices. Like, I'm not the person that can.
Mm.
So, part of it is like, as you're building your life, sometimes when it's wide open, it's a little daunting. Not necessarily like fear, but almost a little overwhelm. Like, for
I'll,
me, I'm like, oh, I could go in 10 different directions. Crap, I
yeah,
wish it was just three.
that's what,
Like, I kind of get a little overwhelmed sometimes with when things like just blow open.
well, when it comes to decor, that's what your gay friends are for, like
100%. And
be
I
honest.
use that. Hi, Geo, if you're on here.
Yes, but please tell me where I went wrong. That's what I do at the bakery with my business partner, and we're decorating a cake on a delivery. We'll stand back and I'll look at her and I'll say, "What don't you like?" It's so much easier. Like just what don't you like? Let's fix it because then, yeah. So
Yeah.
the other stuff though, you have to rely on everybody else. Quickly, I want to say hi to everybody here in the chat. Thank you everyone for showing up again and hanging out with us. Hi, Sunfire. Let's see. Bo Hansen. That's the friend in that grew up in the Appalachians, I think, also, Shannon.
Oh,
I
the Bo Hansen is John LePage.
oh,
That's his
oh,
online
okay.
thing. Yeah,
Never
that's
mind.
my
Hi, John.
husband.
Hi, John. Then
He's downstairs in my living room.
oh, yay. Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter what the other name when they show up, I'll remember. Hi, Corey. Hello, Sydney and Barbara. And okay, I think I said hi to everybody. Um, did anyone else want to share anything that's been going on? Um, I have some cool stories, but I'm not going to take this episode to share it. Um, because we have Gina here. Okay, we got okay.
It's
Did
me.
did anybody else want to share anything before we put all of our focus on Gina? No pressure.
Amber, I haven't seen you in so long. What have you been up to?
I know. We needed to catch up. I
Just
don't
a
even,
little.
yeah. Man, I don't even know. It's been crazy, right?
I know. I
Like
think the last time we
lifetime
saw each
since we
other was
talked.
like 100 years ago,
I
probably.
know.
Like 6 months
I
ago,
think I
probably.
talked to you like back in August, and we were supposed to connect when I got back from my sister's, and yeah, here we are.
How have you been? What's going on? How's Hawaii? Are you holding it down?
It's good. Yeah, we're creating some new sacred spaces over here
Oh
with our
yeah.
Hawaiians. Yeah, we started a trade market with them, and so every couple weeks we go and like we give our offering, and then other people bring offerings, and you just go around the table and take whatever you need that you're going to use. And then
Oh.
you can also like take stuff that you want to recreate something for the next market with.
Mm,
So, but yeah, that's been really fun, and it just building community with them finally. Like
I
it's
love
been
that.
holding this vision for so long, So when I got back, that's what happened. That door just blew open. And so ever since then, I've just been doing that. And then hula has been keeping me really busy because I joined a halau, which is like a hula school. And so they teach you
Oh,
the culture and the
that's
language
so
and
cool.
the chants and the dances. So, it's a lot. So I'm like in Hawaiian immersion school all of a sudden somehow. I don't know, but it's amazing and I'm super grateful. And yeah, it's a lot.
That is
While
so
trying to keep our
cool.
other things going. So yeah.
You switched
Nice.
out of it was like you were in Ascension school or Aloha school, and now you're fully immersed into like stepping into everything you trained for. That's cool.
Yeah, and then get to be able to use whatever I've learned and help them. It's like sharing like their knowledge, and then I get to share my knowledge in these spaces. So yeah, and just being there and holding space and doing that kind of stuff. And but then we also got notice that we're going to be moving soon within the next like 5 or 6 months. So we have some time, but we have been asked to move. So
That happened to
it's
me.
guiding us to a new property somewhere,
Yeah.
Hmm.
somehow.
No, that
So yeah.
happened to me when I moved here, and my landlord was so nice about it. And he was like, "Look, this has nothing to do with you, and I'm actually really sorry. I'm going to give you 3 months." And then I improved my situation so much. So I'm really excited for you. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we're
Yeah.
we're ready to expand, and we've kind of capped our energy at this place, I guess. And it just feels like, we need to go somewhere where there's more flow so
Yeah.
that,
Right.
and a bigger space so we can do retreats and with the community and stuff. So we're calling that in. So
Yeah.
perfect space.
Yay. Love
Yay.
it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. How
Of
about
course.
you? What you been up to? Go ahead. You want to?
Oh, I just wanted to say hi to Donna. Thank you for joining us. And then the Corey Mack says Gina for president.
Thanks, Corey.
Oh, everyone, Gina has an absolutely fantastic podcast. Everyone, please go follow. Do not forget to go follow Aether Flows podcast on YouTube and some places it's Aether Flows Healing, right?
I think it's all Aether Flows podcast now. I
Okay.
think so. Hopefully. I hope so. Yeah, what have I been up to? Let's see. Digging myself out of the snow. I live by Lake Superior, basically near Canada, so lots of snow. It's been very cold.
Wow.
And yeah, just I mean, I won't get into too much heavy stuff, but a lot of personal, like family transitions and stuff moving around. And like Kimberly said, things kind of leaving that aren't for my highest good. And it's been, man, it's brought up so much emotion that I didn't even know was there. So it's like just another layer of the onion to kind of witness. And I've been working so much on forgiveness. It's been like the theme of the month. It's been, I've been kind of like going into these spontaneous healing sessions with different family members, higher selves, and I had no idea what was even going on. I'm like, what is happening? And then I find out that one of my family members is passing away, and so going back to Minneapolis to say goodbye at the end of the month, and I haven't been there since 2006, so it's like completely not even the same world I was in, I grew up in. So it's like, it's going to be so strange.
Well, sending you so much support when you do that.
Oh, thank you.
Let us know so we can be there to support you. Cause
yeah. Well, I feel like it's time, like you, I don't know how anybody else grew up in this like 4 square box, but, I kind of got out of the family home as soon as I could and just didn't want to look back. It was just like all this bad stuff happened and I didn't want to take a look at it. And it's like you can only outrun that for so long. And then, you realize that these people, you came here for a reason with this group of people, and maybe it's time to start forgiving yourself and them, because it's not, you can't put it all on them. So kind of just trying to put my big girl pants on and do the good work.
Well, you're doing it, and thank you for doing all that. And we're here to support you any way that we can.
Thanks, Amber. Yeah, it is a lot, but I think I'm ready for it. It's time. It's so time to cut some cords and kick it to the curb, or to gently welcome these energies onto a different plane, whichever.
Yeah. Well, we're getting all these new upgrades, so we have to literally purge all these energies that no longer serve us. If it doesn't, it's got to go, because these energies, these frequencies are coming whether we like it or not, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I'm proud of you, and thank you, and the ancestors thank you, and the future generations thank you, all of you.
Yeah,
all this work is so multidimensional, and when we heal ourselves, it's huge. It's not just us. It's like ripples out so big time, right? So
yeah, it's the future, it's the past, it's all of it. We're doing it all at the same time. So it's huge, and that's what we're here for. So yeah, I don't know. What else have I been doing?
Well,
Oh,
we will
oh, go
get
ahead.
we will definitely get to okay, so this episode is going to include us doing a channeling, I don't know, doing an intuitive read of your starseed connections. But
Oh,
bef
cool.
before that, Sunfire Goddess said, Lake Superior, ooh, do you have a lot of supernatural experiences? So, yeah. And quickly, hi, Emily. Really nice to have you here. Very happy to have you here. Okay. So, yeah, that Gina has some regular, constant, powerful, every incredible supernatural experiences that she seeks out or just happens. So, do you want to share?
Yeah, I had something really cool happen last night. So I'm gonna assume that nothing is too weird or woo woo
No,
or whatever.
openly,
I mean,
crazy as
there's
shit.
no
Yeah, go ahead.
exactly. So, so I moved up here about 3 years ago, and pretty soon after moving up here, I was initiated into a relationship, working friendship. I'm not really sure with a family of Sasquatch people. And they introduced themselves by banging on my roof and kind of terrifying my family. But after the initial shock, I started having regular contact with them. And so it's like physical and telepathic and feelings and all that sort of stuff. So turns out they live very close to me. And so I go out to the woods almost every night and do some stargazing, and I'll see a bunch of orbs and have different contacts. But last night I went out there because it warmed up. It was 15 degrees out, so I was like, yes,
Oh my
I
gosh.
can wear I can wear shorts. Or no, it was warm enough to be out there. So I went out there, and um, what I normally do is I'll just go out there and I'll talk to the trees, I'll talk to the spirit of the forest, I'll talk to all the interdimensionals as if they are my buds. So I just tell them about my day, and I hadn't been out there in a little while, so I was really happy to get out there. And as I'm talking, I see these like three kind of tennis ball size shaped gray orbs show up in the tree line, like in the trees. And one was really tall, the other one was like middle sized, and then there was a smaller one. And I assumed that that was the family that I have contact with. And I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, thank you. That's so cool. I hadn't really seen those before. I've seen plenty of orbs in the trees, but I haven't seen it like it almost looked like eye shine to me, and you could kind of see them like swaying back and forth or side to side. And we had an energetic telepathic exchange, and it was really emotional. It was really nice. And anyway, so I got into my car. I was like, I gotta go, guys. It's way too cold. I can't be out here. I'll see you guys later. And I got in my car, and I have a new car that has like the night vision camera on the dash. And as I was backing out, because it was so snowy, it's like I had to turn around and to get out the parking lot. I looked out the camera, and there's three orbs in the camera vision, but they were red. They were like big orange globes in the trees. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. I've never seen that before. Like, I don't know. I thought that was really special. I think they were showing up for me on purpose. They're like, see, we're definitely here. So
How cool.
yeah, I thought that was super. It was special to me because, sometimes like you see stuff in the woods or wherever, and you're like, did that really happen? And so it was, I don't know, it was kind of neat validation. So, but yeah, tons of supernatural stuff happens up here.
That's rad.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Occult Examiner. Really nice to have you. Thank you for joining and coming back. Quite a few people think that your tattoos are amazing, Gina.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I,
They're
I
very old.
I'm really happy that they're old because I just got my first set and it's not she's going to redo it because it didn't go deep enough so the lines are really faint.
Oh,
But I've
really?
wanted hand tattoos for so long and I got the word magic across my knuckles and then I got an eye for instead of the eye and I love it. It's just that I can't she has to redo them. And then every time I
Ah.
see you, I'm like, "Oh, it's cool you got a word, Kimberly."
Well, you know what? I don't know if I do it again because it was so painful. I thought I was going to throw up. So I'll,
Mm.
I'll tell
Okay,
you
good. Well,
that.
I'm looking forward to the next session then. Okay. I'm gonna get a bunch of like small symbols and stuff, but okay,
Awesome.
so let's see. I rudely interrupt. Well, no, I was reading the chat. I didn't rudely interrupt, but I wanted to make sure that you heard your fan club. Um, but people are commenting that they want to believe about and they it's that your story was something that they wish would happen to them. And then also, let's see. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure there wasn't like a question or anything yet. Did anyone have a specific question for Gina? If you do, please drop it in the chat. That was a
Do you
very
have
good.
a Sasquatch question?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we all know each other, and I've known Gina for, a while now, and I've never questioned any story that you've shared or felt that you were exaggerating or like you've always been from the heart, so humble, just as grateful as you could be for any experience that comes your way. So,
And that's
Oh,
why it happens
thank
to
you.
her.
yeah,
I
exactly.
just I don't know why anybody would lie about something like that because I mean, people get
But
trashed so much online and other in
yeah,
other spaces that like it seems really weird that you would make something like that up, but
for attention. But like how awful the moment somebody lies about something like that, like it probably makes it feel even less okay, you're lying about an experience if that were the case, but then it just separates you even more from the potential of that ever truly happening, you know? I don't know.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah, I did not ask for any of this to happen. I'm very grateful. It's changed my life in so many ways, and it's helped me to connect to my heart, connect to my emotions, and to realize how much bigger this place is. Like this place is enormous with
Yeah.
different dimensions and beings and all sorts of stuff. And like, yeah, it's done nothing but change my life in positive ways. But it was something I would never have guessed would happen, or I don't know, asked
It
for, I guess.
it's a huge leap of faith, and when you're able to do that part, then everything else just floods in, you know? So when you have um that first experience where you just question everything you've ever known to be true in your own reality, and then you are like, you know what? I know I'm not crazy. I know that that happened. I know that I'm having some type of interaction or um this is this is real. Like when you can accept and believe and stay strong and know that this is real, then it'll you'll get more proof and more proof and more proof. But you have to make that initial leap, I would say,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, for sure. And then also, like, this is just such a tiny part of the whole picture, too. You know, we're part of the all, we're part of all that is. Like, I I am so thankful that I have these connections, but for some reason I feel like it's just a piece of the puzzle, you know, like I don't know. We're here to do just incredible things. And I think that part of it is working with the Sasquatch people because they are people. They are a different type of person that they are masters of energy and they can be our teachers. But we're supposed to work on Earth with all the beings that are here, whether we see them or feel them or not. Like, this isn't just our planet. So, I don't know. I feel like we're supposed to figure that out in this lifetime.
We
I
we
hope we do.
sure the majority sure doesn't act like it's our planet. Like, yeah, yeah, it's this us small group of people that are trying real hard to make things better here. Yeah. But
But
yes,
I
we
think
are.
it's happening. I really
Yeah,
feel like it's happening in
I do
many
too.
different ways.
I do too.
I think
Yeah.
that maybe they're going to start appearing more. I mean, if, you know, it seems like they are ready to work, like you said, with us and teach us and remind us to get back to the Aina, back to the land. That's what's happening over here. It's like the
Yeah.
codes are coming through the people and the ancestors are fine, you know, they're coming through and reclaiming the land back and standing up and like, they're like, no, you know, enough's enough. And so it's very heavy and intense over here. I don't know. I'm sure it is everywhere where you guys are at, but it's a lot, right? But it's all about what you're talking about, getting back and listening to nature and going back to, because that's who and what we are. We are all of it. It is all of us, and we're ignoring the what and who we really are, and you know, and being disconnected from that, and that's what's causing all the disease and suffering in the world. So, thank you, Sasquatch people, and
Mhm.
the native Hawaiians and all the, you know, native people all across the world right now are also getting the message and talking with these spirits, I believe, too. And they're all in alignment, right? We got the
Yeah.
ancestors, we got all these spirit guides, we got so much support, even though it looks like the majority is sleeping or this or that, but not true, right?
Yeah.
And we do matter
Yeah.
way more than we think we do.
I feel like the whales are doing overtime right
Oh
now.
yeah.
Even I can feel that energy, and I'm all the way in the middle of the country, you know? And you have
Yeah.
so much experience with them.
Yeah, that's something that's I'm being called, or we have to go kind of protest to. They're going to reopen the Lahaina Harbor fishing the boat ramp on Monday, and it's not even finished, and it's not even like appropriate for them to be doing. But because it's whale season, they're gonna, you know, they're doing it anyways, and there's just it's causing a lot of disruption and disrespect. And the sad thing is the Hawaiian. There's a lot of Hawaiians that have sold out. And so
Mm-hmm.
those are the ones that they're acting like the government and the Hawaiians are, you know, talking and commuting and they're doing what the natives want, but it's not true. These guys are sold out. So then it's like the Hawaiians have to fight their own people. Like that's
Yeah.
how crazy it is, right? Not that they have to fight, but it's like we have to awaken them back, you know, into what's real, you know,
Yeah.
and not being sold out to money. And it's intense, but that's what's, you know, the energy that's coming and being called forth, and the
Yeah.
spirits obviously through you are saying the same thing. You know, it's big work. We're all
Yeah.
here to hold space for it and
We
create
need to we
the
need to
new world.
remember to be patient and like everyone, I would imagine a lot of what's going on over there, Amber, is the new generation, where our younger generations are so used to instant gratification and they're not used to slowing down and remembering and paying homage to our ancestors that have got us here and the old ways and traditions and things. Um, so it's probably like the new blood that they kind of forgot who they are, and they're the ones that are agreeing to make these decisions based on making it better right now or making it work right now and not thinking about how the other generations before them have paved the way for them to be more comfortable, and they're attaining it in a different way. I think that not just in Hawaii, but I think is happening kind of universally, and so it's up
I
to us.
agree.
Yeah, right. It's like it's up to
Yeah.
us to remember. And I'm not talking about like traditions over meaningless things. I'm saying like you were, your connection to nature and um, remembering your power and remembering the uh, the reason for your purpose and your existence. Way more important than rebuilding a house faster than you're supposed to and taking advantage of innocent animals that are smarter than us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, and that's the other part of it. It's like you know, the whole colonialism and the tourism have just completely like smash down all of the sacredness, and so that's rising back to the surface, the sacredness, and wanting to be, seen as sacred, the divine feminine, right? And so it's a beautiful thing to see. It's like the time is now. It's, we've been patiently waiting for this time, right? And to see it actually actualizing and through you and through it, these different ways is just pretty cool to get all these different perspectives. And it's the same message though, right? It's get back to us, get back to you, you are Ina. And when we do that, then everything will come into balance. No.
Exactly. I agree. I feel like there is kind of a similar situation going on here with there's a Canadian company, and they've been litigating to build a pipeline underneath Lake Superior for years and years. And there's already one, but they want to reroute it and make a bigger one. And so there's been so much like protesting and sign the petitions and go online and watch the Zooms and go to the city council meetings and stuff. And when I first moved here, I learned about this stuff and I was so angry. But it was very this like victim-y, sort of helpless, sort of like, what can I do? And I signed all the petitions and went to all the Zooms and was as involved as I could be. And then I had a mentor a while back, and she kind of put it in perspective of like, I feel like these events happen to they don't happen just to trigger us, but it's a good trigger for us to realize that we really are super powerful and we don't have to give all of our power away to these situations. And that also meditating on peace is so powerful. Like, it is so much more powerful than we think it is. Just our intention and our focusing on peace, it really does a lot. And so if you're not into the whole, picket signs and doing all the stuff and trying to fight fire with fire, that doesn't work.
No.
What else do you do?
Yeah, you have to
so I started So I think trying to create new ways and meditate on pieces. That's the way that I've been doing it. So I mean, it's not like my intention alone is going to solve this issue. It's still going on, but I feel like it taught me a really good lesson about how I would let myself kind of go into helplessness and victim over these situations and just kind of just give up and be like, oh, well, it's hopeless anyway. And it's like, no, that's totally not the way it is.
Yeah. And everybody has their part to play, right? Like some people, it's going to take people to stand up, it is going to take physical action and people to stand on the front lines. And then it's going to take the meditators and all the people, right? Because it's really about all coming in unity for the right thing, right? Yeah. And so we know that our thoughts create everything and create our reality, and it's where we focus our attention. So being in peace within ourselves is more important than anything. And just as long as we balance that, and if we don't balance that and we're not balanced, then we have no business doing anything in the outer, right? Fun.
Well, I think we have to go through the victim mentality and mode to never want to be back there again. I think
you don't even know what that is until you go through so much, basically trauma and this and that, and then realize, oh, that's actually a thing. Like, oh, I can be a different way. So many people don't even have that consciousness that there is another way to be until they're forced, usually.
Because we have to do it ourselves. If someone else tells you, don't think this way, or look, it's better over here, or whatever, like, you have to get yourself out of that. And you're in the way, I mean, Gina, I know you to be a very strong person, even if you're dealing with stuff that you don't know exactly how to meander through, because things are you're not in control of everything that's happening around you right now. I understand that part with family, but all we can do is be the best version of ourselves. That's it. That's our job.
Exactly.
Our only
Mm-hmm.
job here is to be the best version of ourselves. That helps other people. If something happens directly in front of you, absolutely address it. If you can protect someone or yourself or remind someone that the way they said something or what they said is not helpful, whatever it is, like address it. But other than that, dude, eyes on our own paper. Like improving yourself and keeping yourself happy and looking for the magic and full of joy. It's not a Pollyanna attitude. It is literally keeping yourself above all of the other bullshit that's happening around you. That doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't. It doesn't mean a thing. And I try to point that out to people. Like think about a year ago when something happened. After a week or a month, like you weren't even thinking about that stuff anymore. So like realize that
True.
now, apply that now. Yes, we're supposed to be in the flow state. We're supposed to be in the moment. But if you address or deal with that thing in the moment, you're not going to drag it for 6 months or 10 years. You're not going to be stuck in a cycle or a pattern that doesn't serve you, and
Mm.
then, whatever. But yeah, no, I think if people are everyone here is showing up that has been supporting us on these lives and coming on and joining our conversations, you are already there. Like you're matching our energy in these conversations. You are drawn to self-awareness and self-love and recognize that you're a leader amongst your friends and family members in the sense that you really do care about stepping into your power and being authentic and being kind and being loving, but also protecting your boundaries. And so it's something that just becomes who you are, and then you won't fall out of resonance again. So, but we needed all of those lessons leading up to this to become a better person. And then also to be a good listener when someone else shows up and they are in victimhood or they're just shocked into some experience that just happened. And because we have gone through it, that's how we turn into healers, like we've gone through it so we can identify and help them and they know that they're being heard and understood. But then it is also our job to remind people like, okay, you experience that, but like don't go backwards. Don't let it define you. Don't let
Mm.
it don't introduce yourself through the lens of this disaster because it was momentary,
Yeah,
or this bad thing that happened, and um add it to your journey and keep going.
definitely. I mean, I don't feel like being in victim is even like good or bad or anything. I just feel like it's a level that we get to, and so, for a long time when we grow up, that's kind of just like the soup that we're in, like, oh, my life is like this because of all these different circumstances and all these different people did these things to me. But it's like once you realize that you don't have to be like this, you can kind of
Yeah.
flip the script and work with it. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's a good tool to kind of like help yourself get up out of here, realize, hey, I this is what I'm doing right now. This isn't necessarily for my best good, so hey, let's get out of this. And then we can kind of, it's like a snowball. It's like or riding a bike. It just goes on automatic after a while and it gets easier and easier and your life gets better. But yeah, I mean, it's just a different level we're at. So we're all learning. We're all surfing.
Yep.
We are disclosure. So if we take the reins, yeah. Sorry, Amber. Yeah. I'll be back in 1 minute. Amber, please. I interrupted you. Go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, were we gonna talk about Alpha Centauri?
Oh,
Yes.
crap.
No,
Yeah.
we are. No, we are. We are. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Uh,
29.
Shannon, you've
28.
been listening very, very politely. Do you have anything to add to what we were just talking about?
No, I mean, I agree. I think, I see a lot of friends that I counsel, like, step away from the news. not because you shouldn't know what's going on, but because I also think that they feed off of us. Like, everything feeds off of fear, everything feeds off, and like, even from the stance of protest, like what you're going to, Amber, sounds like a very like community started protest. Like there's an organic protest and then there's like fear mongering.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to discern, we all have to discern the difference. And like one is a positive thing and the other one is one that'll just leave you feeling like blown open and, like vulnerable. So I think that's what you do is the people that are genuine, but not everybody does. And so I think that's something too, like that when you're working through this and you're like, okay, where can I make a difference? You make sure that if you're doing a group thing, if you're doing something with a group of people, that you are like aligned with your people.
Yeah.
And I think, this year, people alignment has been such a weird theme, like such a weird theme in all aspects of like life. I think that it's easy to get down too on sort of the negative in a situation, but it's like you were saying, like the positive is that all this sacred energy is back and it's like really coming back big time. So like that in and of itself is like something to celebrate and it's amazing.
And
And
the
and it's
protesting
beautiful.
is like it's in a different way,
Yeah.
right? It's like we're coming with awareness. We're like, oh, remember who we are, remember
Yeah.
what's real, remember you are Ina, remember
Yeah.
that's what we're here
That's
to
awesome.
represent. It's
Yeah.
not like,
And that's the different thing.
it's
And I
awareness.
wish that other groups of people could own that same sort of approach. Because, like, you watch and it'll be like a fantastic cause. And my kids get so sick of me because I'm like, oh, what they need is a good whatever, whatever. Like, they need but you see these great causes. And I think that the ones that come from this place of just, and there's a lot of stuff out there to make you mad as hell and you see it but like you have to move beyond that to this whole different place of like the peace and the acceptance and remembering who you are to like really get anywhere.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
think that's great.
Yes. Totally agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Beautifully said.
Yeah, I'm excited. You'll have to tell us about it. You'll also have to teach us like some of your knowledge
Yes.
for your
Teach
like
us.
seriously, that's
Teach
so
us the
cool.
ways.
I know.
For
I
sure.
know.
Yeah.
I've been learning the chants and stuff. So one of these days I'm gonna come on here and I'll do it.
I think that would be so awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's completely this year is just really at the beginning of the year, my friend Maka, she's a singer-songwriter, Maka Gallinger. If you guys don't know who she is, you can look her up on Spotify, but she's creating revolution reggae music. And so she asked me at the beginning of the year, I went to the Big Island for a retreat, which turned out to be a complete, not what it was supposed to be. And so she said, what do you want this year? And I just said, that I wanted to create our church and that I wanted to do more of things that I really wanted to do. And one of them was hula. And then of course, being involved in more in the Hawaiian community. And so this year just literally like happened, so just remember, guys, whatever, just take that time and even just if you can write it out what it is that you want to experience and feel moving forward, especially right now. 12/12 portal, back to that, it's very important and potent time to really focus on what you want to experience moving forward, because that's what this is, an experience, God is having through you as us. We are all one. So have fun with it.
I have to say, so I live in a really, really super small town. It's more, when we first moved here, I was like, is this a village or is this a town? It's like 4,000 people. And I recently was just driving around doing my thing, and I saw somebody had opened up a metaphysical shop down the street from my house. And I had been asking for that for about, I don't know, 6 months for some sort of community or some sort of space to hang out in. And I finally see this place, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. I'm getting some soul family and some community like within like physical proximity, and I've made some really cool friends over there, and man, it's been incredible. It's really I feel like community is coming up big time this year. I think a
Yeah,
lot of big things are going to happen, so it's
definitely.
super cool. Yeah.
Definitely find your tribes, your communities physically and, online tribes, but I think physically is really important,
Mm.
moving forward that we connect with our community of like-minded people. Like we have the opportunity to do that right now. We do have that. So let's do that, get your gardens going. How you guys
Yep.
gonna, share with each other? Because that's gonna be, we gotta change these little systems to back to the power in our hands, right?
Yeah, for
So we just
sure.
hold the vision and be it, and then it becomes it.
Mm.
Does this count as physical though? Because everyone that I truly connect with is through Zoom.
Sure, we'll just say
Yes,
it is.
yes. Quantum, there is no time and space and
Okay.
distance and
We're
any
in
of
the
that.
quantum.
But
It's
I
all
can't
good.
necessarily give you food, sadly.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
I could
Yeah.
show it to you and you can feel the energy of it. I mean, I guess that would work, actually. We could try
You do mail me things, Amber. So
it. Yeah,
food-based items, yes.
true, true. That'd be fun, actually, but it would probably get a little pricey, mailing back and forth, but that would be fun.
Yeah.
Once a
Um,
week, everybody's mailing gifts.
I know. I did that in
That
2020.
would be fun, right? You're like, get to open
Yeah.
up a treasure box once a week.
That would be fun.
My
Who
friend,
does a book thing like that?
that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of people and you all agree to it's like $10 or less book. And then you kind of put like what your preference is, like what you're into book wise. And then they just like sort of draw names and send each other books.
Oh,
And she does that. And I think that's really cool.
yeah. That is really cool. Uh, man. Sorry, I had to go off screen. I sneezed and now I'm like feel like I got catapulted to another planet and came back. Um,
You
uh,
sneezed into another dimension.
yes, I sure did. I left and then and now I've returned. Um, I was glancing at my phone because Shauna had responded to me. I was questioning, so we are going to talk about Alpha Centauri, and with Gina specifically, and then also in general. And I had asked our friend Shauna, Heart on Radio, she's been here with us, if because I have 5 placements of Sagittarius in my chart, does that mean that I have a heavy presence there as well? And then she explained that it's not connected, that Alpha Centauri is actually not in the Sagittarius constellation,
Hmm.
which I was really surprised because I honestly thought it was based on Centaur, which would be from that. So I just learned something.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, so I never mind. I'm glad I didn't speak as if I thought I knew what I was talking about there. um, so Gina had reminded me that that I had mentioned an atmosphere, like when you and I did a session and I was sharing what I was seeing, that I had mentioned an atmosphere and colors in the background, and I was describing the location. And then when you were talking with Shannon, she had brought up that you have lineage and connection to the Alpha Centauri Starseed tribes. And when you did research, it sounded like I was describing that location, I guess. Am I saying it
Mm.
right? Okay.
Yeah. So I've heard from a few different people that I've worked with that I have Alpha Centauri lineage, and I'm not really sure what that means. I mean, I've done a little bit of research, but there's not really a lot out there. And so I've had visions while in meditation of this particular place, and it's happened like 2 or 3 times where it's got really rolling hills and like big, super big trees kind of sparsely placed, and then the sky is like pink and orange. And I had thought that maybe it was some sort of past life or something like that, but doing this research and based on what Kimberly has said, also kind of seems like the same place that I've been seeing. And so I had a session with Shannon a little while back, and she mentioned Alpha Centauri, and I was like, that's so strange because I keep hearing that. Like, what's up with that? And then I talked to you, and you were like, whoa, big synchronicities. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Well, so then you hit me up like a month ago and said you wanted to delve more into that to see if anything else would come through. And we
Mm-hmm.
had a planned session, and then I was like, hey, why don't you just come on and we'll just do it live,
Yeah.
right? So that
Yeah.
everyone sees what a session is like. She, Amber is super psychic, usually doesn't speak up and share what comes to her right away. She always allows us to talk first. But Amber, while we're doing this, you know, share everything that comes through for you as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. And then Shannon, did you have anything that you wanted to talk about once I told you that we were going to talk about Alpha Centauri? Was there?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I think is interesting is so not all traits for whatever, even like your earthly lineage, like not all traits apply to you, right? But some of the more positive qualities of Alpha Centauri are people who are very focused on social justice, champions for humanity, very tech oriented usually, and then logical and rational. And so the flip side of that is sometimes Alpha Centauri can be spiritually disconnected a little bit more because they're so focused on like over relying on science and reality rather than like what they feel and what their intuition is. And so does that resonate for you and like how you came to the woo-woo side of life?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So much. I feel like the first half of my life was kind of actively crapping on the spiritual, and I grew up with a very Eastern European Catholic family, and so that kind of I, I turned into quite a bit of a rebel, and I did not like organized religion at all. And I was very focused on social justice. And, I had had all of these like psychic sort of experiences and UFO experiences and stuff when I was a kid. I totally pushed that all to the back of the file cabinet and was just like, that's not real. None of that's real. And I was super like cerebral and book oriented. I'd love to read, and yeah, just wasn't into anything spiritual at all until probably 2019, really. And that was the catalyst for that was medical issues. So that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, before all of this, I was just all pretty much atheist, I would say. So yeah, it does resonate.
I'm going to share who was here while you were talking, and then let Shannon take over with a lot of. I feel like for some reason I feel like Shannon's going to be able to give you some really interesting information about this. But as you were speaking, there is a. Okay, let me ask: is she a guy? So there's a female presence. either she's a spirit guide or she's, oh, you know what? I think she's actually from the Soul Tribe. Okay, let me start over. Your connection to the Alpha Centauri Starseed tribe is a water-based group, and I looked up Centaur mermaid because that's the first thing that I got, and a ichthyocentaur.
Mm.
So she definitely has more of a female presence than male. I get the um that race doesn't is pretty in the middle. Like they don't always present as male or female, so that part doesn't matter, but she has a very strong female presence. And I think I think actually you have, this is like a friend of yours.
Mm.
She has these little she's pretty. She has a tail. She doesn't have a really strong centaur type presence. She has more of like a hybrid, like an alien mermaid presence. Little ears that move. Um, they're like almost like she reads the environment with them. So they're like um almost like a I'm getting a honing device.
Hmm.
So her ears are very sensitive, and a big that this tribe, a big part of their communication is based on um, using their senses through their ears. They're very sensitive. Uh, she, I'm seeing her in a space-like environment, but she's definitely water-based. Um, and this is where you come from. So this is your connection back to the Alpha Centauri, not what, I don't know what we would think that they would look like, but this is what she looks like. There's a lot of green and blue to her. Um, and I think now that it's coming up and being brought to your attention, she's going to hang out for a while and help you through the next stage of your life. But this is
Hmm.
definitely a friend of
Awesome.
yours from there. And yeah, and she's water-based. So maybe you can look up some more information about that.
Aw, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll start working with her.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
And um you can, I don't always get names, but you can call her Thelia, like TH,
Thelia.
Thelia. Yeah,
Okay.
starting with a TH, Thelia.
Um, is she the one that showed up the last time we talked? You were like, there's some lady who's here, like amphibious with some sort of crest or something on the side of her face.
Oh, okay.
You remember?
Mhm.
Maybe. There's something about, she has scales on her spine. Her spine sticks out a little bit, and um no, I don't remember telling you that like right now while we're talking, but if I did, then there's a confirmation because she came through again.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you even
Yeah.
talked about these like things on the side of her head. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I think it's probably the same thing. Same
Hmm.
person.
I usually have pretty
Okay.
good recall. That's weird. Yeah, and she also has lines on her cheeks where that's part of also the way, like that's how they breathe. That's how they go from land and underwater, and their system is on their cheeks.
Oh,
It's cool.
cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, take it away, Shannon.
No, I mean, I think that's a lot of information to use. And then the Alpha Centauri, one of the things I think is very interesting is they're also known as like very knowledge based. And like you are such a learner. So that is another thing that fit. And here's just a weird question. When you close your eyes and you're meditating, what color do you normally see? Like what's the colorscape you see?
I would say purple or blue. Or there's like one color that honestly, it's all the colors combined. And whenever I think of it, I'm like, is it green? Then it turns green. Like that's an or like is it yellow that it turns yellow? But for the most part, it's purple and blue.
And there's a lot of like purpley, pinky, like Alpha Centauri energy to me is like magenta, purple, copper, and
I
like
love copper.
the
Love copper.
copper is I'm getting a lot of copper specifically for you.
Hmm.
And I also wonder if, we've been talking about dowsing and coming from a water
Mm-hmm.
environment, that makes a lot of sense too. We've
It
been
does
talking
make a lot
about,
of sense.
dowsing and dowsing rods, and like usually your rods are copper. So I feel like that's a
Mm.
connection, and I feel like maybe that's where the dowsing kind of comes in. Oh, is it food time? Sorry, I have to surrender a dog.
It's food
Amber,
time for the nugget.
what's been percolating in your mind while we were chatting?
Well, just that it's a Alpha Centauri is actually a tri system. It's got 3 stars.
Mm.
And
Oh
so there's
yeah.
Alpha Centauri A, which is golden, very sun-like, and then Alpha Centauri B, which is orange. You said you saw all these colors, and then
Mm-hmm.
the Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf. So all those colors that you were saying that you were
Huh.
seeing, it's like a
That
blend of all
applies.
those stars. That's why. That's
That's so
pretty,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
I thought that was like connected when you said that, those
Mm.
colors.
She's showing
Um.
me a trident, which
Oh,
kind of like right on
that's
the
funny.
nose, but like yeah, she's showing me a trident like did did I tell you that you had something that you hold?
Me?
Yeah, in any of
Mm-mm.
our discussions. Okay, because she's showing like maybe she I'm my awareness is drawn to it. She's not specifically handing it to you, but she's letting me know that it's like you know what, it's like a symbol of you've reached a certain bar or goal, and it's an acknowledgement of the fact that you have completed some cycles and some stuff that you came here to do. And almost like when if you're in the military and you get patches or pin I'm not going to say that right, so sorry.
Your
um
bars, you've gotten
You're
some.
yeah,
good.
she's showing me that trident, that as a sign of recognizing that you have completed and done well, and now you are in like a higher phase of your mission.
Awesome. I love that.
That makes sense. And in the chat, M said you're Atlantean too, maybe. And that would be an interesting,
Yeah.
like, lots of times we were talking about this earlier, you're like many things. So
Oh
like
yeah.
I'm like Lyrian and Pleiadian AF to keep it PG. But yeah, like but the Atlantean and the Trident and the water, you may have chosen to incarnate also in that realm. And that goes along with like the tech and like the love of things like that, the love of
Oh
knowledge.
yeah.
I mean, those two are super intertwined. I mean, I think M's right about that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. I was definitely in Atlantis. I mean, I love tensor ring technology. I love organite. I love, PEMF frequencies. I love all that stuff. I love
Yeah.
crystals. I love Andaras. I love the tools. I
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
yeah. And I know they're not needed, but they're so fun to play with. Like pendulums are fun and dowsing rods
And
are
it can be
fun. And
cool. I mean, like
yeah.
sometimes if you're having any sort of block or you need a boost or you need speed, I mean, they help. And I know they're not necessary. I know we can do everything that we need like within ourselves, but by heck, it's really convenient sometimes to be like, okay, I'm trying to get myself together. Here's my pendulum. Where did I leave this? This room is a square. Like
Hmm.
just basically finding lost things.
Oh, yeah.
Or when you call on your guides or you call on specific guides, like it gives you power and speed sometimes. and they are fun to play with and they're amazing.
They
And
help
the
Mm-hmm.
they
crystal
hone your
ball,
attention. They
they
get your
do.
attention fixed on
You
your ability.
focus.
Yeah.
Because fixing your
Definitely.
intention, like I've had a squirrel of a day, and like fixing my intention on anything sometimes is almost
Absolutely.
impossible. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Like sometimes it is really hard to focus, and so especially when you're trying to learn a new skill, it's really helpful, like especially
Mhm.
if you're kind of newer. Playing with tarot cards is a really great way for you to be able to connect to your teams and your higher self, and to build confidence, which I read is another Alpha Centaurian kind of trait. They have I've heard like issues with self-confidence and like doubt and stuff like that. So it's been really, I mean, these tools are really helpful, and they do kind of build your skills and build your confidence. So I
Mhm.
I love it. I don't necessarily always use them, but they are really fun.
Is
It's like a
there
great deck can take a block away from you.
mhm.
And
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Is there I was seeing this portal, like I'm still seeing her, she's out in space. Then I see like a planet which I feel is Earth, to her well, I'm looking at her, so to her right. And then I see this like circular like portal type or hole, and inside it I can see these rings of color. And does that have anything to do with the rings you were talking about? The
Tensor rings?
yeah, is there any when you've worked with them, have you seen anything where you feel like you're looking at a portal or you're looking at something that's opening up or some type of a bridge or extension to another location?
Well, I know from what I know of tensor technology, they are measurements. They're called qubits, and you can take like wire, copper wire, and twist it into these very exact measurements, and make a loop so that it's, is that an Andara?
Yeah, sorry. She
Oh,
had put that in
nice.
the
I love
chat.
that.
Sorry, that was super
Yeah.
distracting. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, no, it's fine. But you can take these measurements and loop them, and it basically forms a little, like, here, I'll show you. I have a little bracelet here. It basically forms a little portal, or I don't know,
Okay.
vortex, an energy
Yeah.
vortex, I would say. And I mean, maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, if you're using that you're okay, well, you can use that as a focusing tool to connect with her or back,
Okay.
not her specifically, back to your Starseed tribe ancestral connection.
Okay. That's awesome. I never thought
Yeah.
about doing that. I mainly just wear them because they kind of emit um, healing frequencies. But you could totally use it as like, I don't know, like a scrying device, or like a mirror or something like that, and put your intention in there and see what happens.
And I wonder if there's a frequency connection there. Like without knowing what this being's frequency is, I wonder if the reason you got that is because that tensor tensor portal emits a similar frequency to where you could use that to call it in. Like
Maybe.
just a hunch. I mean again, I don't know what the frequency would be there, but I bet you there's a connection.
Yeah, probably.
Well, like
Yeah.
the way I'm seeing it is where she's at, it's a pretty big circle, and I can see these rings of other color inside, like a tunnel. But then I have this understanding that as it gets closer to Earth, it's almost like a cone, so it's like smaller down here. But then when you're there, when if you use it, if you set the intention to use it, you will easily get to you're already doing this in the astral anyway, but if you wanted to establish it in more of like where you're aware in the physical, whether you're meditating or just you don't even have to be meditating. It can actually just be um while you're thinking about it. You could be doing the dishes and thinking about it and actually connect
Mm.
in. Um it's not hard for you to get there. And you have such a strong connection with your tribe, and especially this friendship with her, that she doesn't really sense a disconnect, even though you don't even have like a full awareness of what we're talking about yet, you know? But it's
Right.
like an established direct connection that you already have.
I could see that because I mean I was still pretty new to meditating. I mean that was probably one of the first visions I ever got was that landscape, and I was like, whoa, what is that? Is that like ancient Rome or Italy, or I had no idea what it was because I didn't even know that there was such a thing as like star seeds. Honestly, I thought it was like a human past life or something like that. I didn't know. So that makes sense that it would be easy. So all I have to do is basically like set my coordinates and go if I want to. I could totally do that.
Well, just know that like there's in the way that you can, like we have a text thread going, right? For a
Hmm.
year or whatever. That's you already have it.
Yeah, I can just
Yeah,
just go.
you can just can like you can have a chat. You can exchange ideas. You can pick up from where you left off in the astral and keep going with an idea. You can bounce ideas off of her. Like she's one of your um like she's saying like I'm right next to you. Like we're equals. I'm right next to you, shoulder to shoulder. We think very similarly. We work through things together in a very similar fashion. We have been doing this for a very long time. There's a beautiful synergy between the two of us. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely going to consciously work with this aspect of myself or friend from Alpha Centauri. Who knows
What
if
did I
there's a
say?
difference?
Thyla?
I think it was like
Thelia? Yeah,
Thelia.
yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
We should also Google that and see what it means. Because one of the things that I've found is lots of times if I don't know what something means that comes up and I look it up, there will be something there. So while we're here, y'all talk. I'm
Yeah.
gonna Google that.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then
Sweet.
Sherry just said that tensor rings does need to be firmly intended and managed by the holder of it if it's used for porting, also good for energizing water. So
Mm.
there's another connection back to
Yeah. Oh
water.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the original intention was like water energizing and purification. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that's one of the original intentions. But yeah. Yeah, and I've always had to live near a gigantic lake too. Like I've never I don't think I could live very far inland. It has to be near some huge body of water.
Yeah, water keeper
Yeah,
with the water, right?
for sure.
I think there's a pretty strong presence of this tribe near you too.
Hmm.
Like a
Like in the lake?
yeah, they're not actually earthbound, but they're like you could almost say like a coordinate that they portal into or an entry point is pretty close to you, and it might be what you were just talking about. Like you might be able to sense that pretty soon.
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Lake Superior, I've heard, has underwater bases, and I know
A
that,
cave system.
and I know
Yeah.
that there's a spirit of the lake. I know there's mer people in that lake.
Mm.
I've never really connected with them. I've connected with the spirit of the lake.
Hmm.
But that's a new adventure. That'll be fun.
Well, now you have more of a focus, so you could say like I want to I'd like to connect with my actual tribe, like my
Yeah.
Alpha Centauri tribe that exists here. That's cool.
That is super cool.
I love talking
Thanks,
about,
guys. I'm so
yeah.
glad we're doing this. This is fun.
And it's such a fantastical thing to talk about, like what comes through. But if when Shannon and I channel normal everyday things and we're really accurate, then why wouldn't this be, right?
Yep.
I know you're not questioning it, but I always fall back to that. Like, I have a pretty good imagination, you know, but there's something completely different that I tap into. Like, I literally am receiving information. It's not me directing it, or like there's nothing about me that's controlling what I'm seeing, and I'm very aware of that, you know. So
Right.
um it's cool. What do you think, Amber?
As far as her connection to that.
Or just what are you thinking about, like, as
Yeah.
Oh, I was just like Alpha Centauri energy to me is that like embodied sovereignty energy, and it's like a guardian energy.
Mm.
Um, and so like I feel like I work with the energies of that system a lot of the times, like for the water consciousness and all that stuff. So I think of it more of like frequencies, that we are working with. And it also, like right now, I feel like it has to do with this, has a collective recalibrating our nervous system. And then also like planetary grief relief.
Mm.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
what I
Putting
just
that center.
realized
It's like a bridge port.
going into this, I had zero idea that there would be any kind of water connection at all.
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't
I
know either.
so it's cool that all this is coming through with other people experiencing that, because me seeing this in a mermaid fashion, like, that is not at all what I like. Mintaka, yeah. You know, Sirius B, yeah. But I had no idea that Alpha Centaurians had a water-based race.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, yeah, that's kind of blown my mind a little bit because I've always been very attracted to the water. And I mean, I've heard that I have, Sirius, which one is it? The water planet? It's like
B.
Sirius B.
Mhm.
I have connections to that place as well. I'm like I don't know, double, triple Scorpio or something like that. I have
Mhm.
tons of water in my chart. So it definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you brought it through. If anyone is interested in doing this type of work, Shannon and I do reading parties. And so we can devote,
Awesome.
we say it's an hour, it always goes over an hour, but we can tell you your lineage and whatever else wants to come through. You can ask a question, or you can just tell me, what's going to come through. Um, so Shannon, did
I
some things come
did.
through? Okay.
They did. And it was interesting because I'm always like, things will come up and I'm like, what does this even mean?
Hmm.
But so it means to flourish or blooming. And it's the name, there's a Greek muse of comedy that's Thaleia. And in Hebrew, there's a similarly pronounced name that means dew from heaven.
Mm,
So,
that's awesome.
water, dew from heaven.
Water.
Oh, do.
Two from
Oh,
heaven.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
DEW.
Sorry, it's my
yeah.
hick accent, DEW.
No, you okay. No, it took me a minute to, like, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
that's cool. So your magic hour would be 3 to 4 a.m. There you go. When the dew
Mine?
is, yeah, when the dew is
Mm,
strongest on the earth
Mhm.
is when you will probably get the most contact or be woken up.
yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, it's very fitting. And I think, continuing to work with water, copper, and next you're going to have to spend some time linking, and there has to be a Sasquatch link. And so I want to know what that is. Like, whenever
Okay,
you
Uh,
get
it's
that,
exactly what I was just thinking. But
well, why
yeah,
don't
that's
you
funny.
guys? I'll tell you. I had asked, and this was maybe a couple of years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, what planet they come from. I think actually it was with, I don't know if Corey is still on, but I think I was talking to him, and we were like, where are they from? And I
He,
heard it clearly, Alpha Centauri.
he went to a group
So,
call. Okay, this
oh,
is such interesting synchronicity. I was on Gina's show. I've been on Gina's show a few times, and the last time was with Barry Littleton, and he just texted me. That's really funny. Sorry.
Wow.
Oh, that is funny.
That's funny.
Like, yeah, okay. Um, yeah, what is the link between
I feel like you're literally one of them. Like you're the same frequency, and that's why they trust you. Like I just
Hmm.
see it fully, like it in your presence. It's your,
it's
they don't, they definitely don't trust that. They very trust very few people, and it's going to be someone they recognize your frequency from Alpha Centauri or from wherever, right? So
mhm.
Hmm.
they're using you as the bridge between
Mm.
worlds.
There's a version of Sasquatch that is almost like I'm getting I don't know really what this means, but I'm getting the corporeal body. How do you say? Does any?
Corporeal? Is that like an energy body?
I don't know. Somebody look it up. So it's because I know it's a word. So it's like you have
It's a
your
physical.
okay. So there's a version of Sasquatch that have a light being presence where you just see the outline of them in this really beautiful crystalline there's a hue of blue to it, but it's like an outline of the being if it was slightly glowing and a little bit blue, but I can see through it, and that is the tribe that you connect with the most.
Hmm.
Or that is your, yeah. So that's it might be showing me like a hertz or a dimensional level, maybe like a um vibration or frequency and that's where you connect in. So your connection into that tribe is when they are present here in this form,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
is not 100% like earthbound. It's actually in the way that you would think that you would see an outline of if someone is a ghost, but you could see them physically,
Yep.
that's what it
Exactly.
looks
I've
like.
gotten photos of them like that when I
Oh,
ask for
ooh, I
yeah,
just got full
I'll
body chills.
yeah, oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
gotten the first one I ever got was it was in the daytime. I was with my dogs in the woods. I took some pictures and I had a picture that I got a nudge and it was like, look at this picture again. So I did and I looked at my dog. It's like a view from like here's the dog's head and he's looking off into the tree line. I was like, what is he looking at? And there was like an astral body. It looked like an astral body of like a slightly luminous outline or a silhouette almost of what looked like a big uh, Sasquatch person looking directly back at the dog. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just got this. And I showed my mentor at the time and a few other people. And then the next day, the photo disappeared. Like the image disappeared from the photo.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, I was like, why did that happen? And I got the response to show you what we could do. So they were just showing me that they can like manipulate photographs and digital stuff and audio tech. They can mess with all of that stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Well,
and then I
they're
recently
saying look for that. Start looking for that. Like the
for
outline
that
of,
image.
yeah, it's almost like their fur gets
Mm,
these points of like it's really cool what
okay.
I'm seeing, but it's hard to
Yeah.
describe. And Sunfire, I will tell Barry after this that you were on the
Yeah.
live because sorry, I just realized my friend who's in here also knows Barry, so there's like that's another
Oh yeah.
synchronicity. That's funny. Okay,
Did
sorry.
she didn't
Sorry.
she meet Barry at the Riones thing?
No, I met Barry in Vegas. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know if Sunfire actually has met him in the corporeal, now that I know what the word means, in the
Okay.
flesh.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's you're gonna see them when the sun is on that side of them, and they're gonna be walking up there's some type of like height to what, like they're walking up and they're going to be in full like not even in the trees. Like this is a pretty exposed and you're going to
Oh, I know.
see.
I know exactly where it is. I know exactly. I've
Okay.
been looking at these driving down the road by my house. There are these spaces, where like the power lines are all they go through like
Hmm.
the railroad tracks or whatever, and it's like this kind of big open space with like a big hill. And I've been drawn to that area so hard this past week, like just like telling me like, look, you're gonna see something. You'll see something. So
Hmm.
thank
Yeah,
you for
it's
that.
and it's going to be, you're not even going to be like trying hard or anything. You're going to just be in your flow state, kind of casual, probably with the dogs, and you're just kind of off in the distance. Again, they're showing me the sun's on that side of them, so that's going to
Mm,
mean something, okay? Um, so they're between you and the sun is what I'm trying to tell you. And
awesome.
it's going to be that sun is not full. It's kind of behind a, I don't want to say a mountain, but there's some type of hill or this path somehow goes up a little bit and they're just going to be walking and they're going to they're going to like flash is the word I'm getting, like flash in and out. And
Yeah.
it's going to just be a casual experience for both of you. But
Mm,
then when you see them, they're going to be like, okay, she's here now.
mm.
So she saw us. So now we can shift our relationship to a different height or something.
Mm, yeah.
Like now that you okay, so it's you're doing the work. It's something you're doing. They're already there. So it's something you're doing and there's when the final piece of whatever you're doing clinks in, you're going to be ready to see them. And then when that's going to denote to them that you're ready for like the next level, for
Okay.
lack of a better term, of
Yeah.
like your communication and your relationship. Your relationship is going to shift after you see them because that signals to them that you're ready and that you are at a point in your um work journey, vibrational input, like something that you're doing that you don't have to be special to interact with them, but you have to be free of something in your own life to be at a point where you're matching each other's energy, I guess.
Mm, yeah. No, that makes complete sense because I've been thinking a lot about that lately. I have a little story. It's kind of probably a couple minutes. Do you mind if I
Please.
tell you guys? Okay. Well, so recently in November, it was my birthday on the 12th, and my family and I went out to the Chequamegon Nicollet Woods, the national forest in Wisconsin. And I had been nudged to go there for months. And I finally was like, okay, let's go do this. It's time. And so we got a cabin for a couple of days. And I had the most incredible encounter that I have thus far had. I had a physical being walk, and it was half cloaked, so I saw it from like the waist down, walk in front of me in front of a glass plate patio door, probably 15 feet away from me. And like I didn't even know what to do. I texted you immediately after it happened, and I was like, "You will not believe what just happened." I heard howls, like crazy howling and singing. We were having this fire pit in the backyard, and I left an apple out for them, and it was totally eaten. Kimberly's seen photos of this. It was
Mhm.
eaten, and like the teeth were like, it's almost like they pressed their teeth into the apple. So it was like, hey, we're here. This is us,
Mhm.
It's not a squirrel that's doing this.
Mm-mm. Not
And I
canine,
saw,
nothing. Yeah.
yeah, I saw glowing eyes in the back, and it was incredible. And instead of, I thought I was going to have all this fear, but instead I opened up my heart chakra and just kind of like let it flow towards them, and they matched it, and it was beautiful. I did so much grid work that night, and I really feel like since that happened, I came back here, and my experiences with this group have really up the ante. Like they've gone up another level. So I've been thinking about that. Like, why is this happening this way? And I
It's
really think
you.
it is because, yeah, I think it's like all the work we're doing together.
Yeah.
So,
It's all the work you're doing on yourself.
mm,
They're already there. You're already connected. When you tap in, orange is a very connecting color for you with
mm,
them.
okay.
And I want to say they like orange. No, there's something about like when you open up your heart chakra and you are exchanging energy and signaling to them that you want communication, you can um set the intention for the color orange because there's
Hmm.
some type of wavelength or frequency or something that comes in, and that's a okay, I don't know what I'm talking about here, but you know like how there's like infrared cameras at night.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know specifically what that means, but that allows you to see at night. Orange does the same thing for them. But
Hmm.
it's like orange, like the frequency of orange color,
Okay.
the hertz of orange, the
Yeah.
not
I
not
can look that up.
not the color. It's the
The frequency.
yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
Hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah, golden orange tiger paw. I did see some gold in there, but orange is the message that I was supposed to deliver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like if you could see the exchange between the two of you, you would realize that it's tinged in with this beautiful orange hue. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I'll work more with orange.
Yeah. That was a direct message from the Sasquatch. Um,
Yeah.
and Shannon, what do you want to? I know there's something that you have to tell her.
Well, it's funny because like the only thing I very strongly when you were saying that, when you get all of your energy back, because we have reason to believe it's elsewhere right
Mm.
now, I think that's what's gonna bring your ability to raise
Yeah.
your frequency even higher. That energy returning, I think, is the thing. So when Kimberly said that, I was like, okay, that's the thing.
I mean, we, if you guys want to talk about that a little bit, we can. I'm fine with it. I don't know if it's like too heavy for it might be too much for this
It's probably
conversation
a
though.
little heavy, but I think just in general, cutting a cord with someone who is a little bit of an energy vampire, consciously or unconsciously, you bring that part of yourself back. You call that part of you back to you,
You're
and you
operating
protect that energy.
you're operating at a much younger level when you're trying to work through everything that's happening right now. And so it's a
Mm,
version of you that you don't need to use anymore.
Yep.
exactly. Well, and like we were talking about the other day, sometimes the only way that we truly can like complete these contracts and cut these cords is through somebody passing,
Hmm.
because sometimes
Yes.
it's the other person that will not let go.
Hmm.
And you can
It
do as many cord cutting ceremonies as you want, but yeah, sometimes that's the thing that needs to happen. So
Sydney just pointed out that you're wearing a rusty orange color.
I am.
Yeah.
I love the earth tones.
Yeah. Um,
I love them.
you are being called to step into who you like your highest version.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
for
Like
sure.
really, really called.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the
that's why
like
I'm feeling so called to go back home and
yeah.
Yeah.
say the goodbyes and do the stuff. So it needs to happen. It's like you've been uh, functioning at 35% your entire life, and it's time to like, come on, it's time to go.
Yeah.
We got a
It is, and
plan.
it's not even you. Like
Mm-mm.
you've been doing all this work all this time, and I'm sorry. I have two chihuahuas in my lap, and one of them, when the other one moves, if he nudges her, it makes her irrationally angry, and so she growls at him. So
Do
sorry, that's
I
Lola.
hear that. Me too. I hear that.
Yeah, if Dexter
Touch
moves
me.
and like touches her, she's like, stop
Yeah.
that.
That's
And
Oh
he's
yeah.
just a little old man. He's like, I'm a little old man. I can't help it.
You should
But
get some baby Bjorns and Put one in each.
Don't encourage her.
That's what, yeah, I mean, I'd have to have 7. Like they would just one on top of my head, 2 on my head.
Yeah.
I got a lot of dog edge. But yeah, like I think that's going to be, you've done the work on your end. There's this other piece that you don't have any control over.
Yeah.
But the whole shedding, the whole releasing, like that's part of it for you. And it's not.
I am a snake too. I was born in
Are
77.
you? Yeah. So this is your year.
It's my year.
And
Totally.
releasing that version of you that you operate in when you're interacting with your family members.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one, you know, going back home and like Ram Dass said.
All of us need to remember that. All of us.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Like Ram Dass said, he's like, you can be as spiritual as you want, but you want to test, go back to go back home for the holidays.
Yeah.
You know,
I want every trigger all at once everywhere.
Right. But it's so, you know, it's great because it's such an opportunity to kind of course correct, see stuff that's happening that's triggering you, and you can go inwards and ask yourself why, and you know,
it's okay if at that moment you're not capable of doing it, because within 20 minutes to an hour to the next day, you can complete it.
Exactly.
So if you get triggered, I'm so tired of that word. If you get
activated.
I was just gonna say that. Activated. Yeah. That's so much better.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's totally okay to be human at your, like, if that's the worst moment of your day, it's totally okay. Because
it's all okay.
Yeah, whatever's happening at that time, you're gonna revisit that when you're feeling like your central nervous system is balanced, and you'll see it for what it was, and you'll release it, and you'll never repeat it. And exactly. So Amber, what else can you share on that?
I had it, and then
well, you're really good at this what we just talked about. You're really good at speaking on this, like being activated and being in the moment and navigating through.
It's just, you know, being aware, right? It's the awareness. And when we get activated, what I want to say is, like, you know, we can do all this work on ourselves and it would be cool, right? But then solar energies, solar flares, this, that, and the other hit us, full moons, new moons, portals, like today, like, so it, you know, we just have to remember everything is temporary. Everything's always changing. It doesn't matter how good we think we are doing or feel. Like, these emotional things are going to come our way, and we just learn to feel it, release it, let it go. And it only takes 90 seconds to actually feel an emotion fully. So, you know, if you have the time and you get that activated, if you can, just, and you have the space and the environment, let it, you know, just feel it fully right there, and just
scream fuck
so
really
it doesn't
loud.
Get stuck in there, and then later you gotta, you know, 20 of those you gotta release at once. But, you know, it's a good practice at the end of the day. If you don't have the time in your environment to process things, like, just sit with yourself and, you know, integrate what, you know, you need to feel, and just remember to, everything is temporary. It's all just lessons and reminders, and it's all just here to remind us, you know, that we are none of it, and we're just the awareness of all of it. So don't take it too seriously in the end, right? It's just here for our evolution, and we're here in this planetary evolution, right? It's like we're partakers and, you know, way makers and changers of the evolution of this planet and its beings. And we're, you know, we are the planet, we are of this land and the Aina, and it's so much fun. You know, we just get to have these experiences that we actually do have control over. So remember, everything is a choice, and in those activated moments, you have a choice. You can respond, or you can react, right? And we want to not react. So it's just about like having that awareness. Oh, don't want to react. Let's take a few minutes, breathe, get to the 0 point, the neutrality point. And then most of the time you don't need to say anything at all, right? It's like stop, give yourself that minute to just before we react to things. And that's a good practice, just stop, breathe, get into your heart center, into that neutral 0 point frequency. And it's the more we do that, the more we're rewiring the brain, to do that. And it takes practice. It takes like 140 times, you guys, to rewire, right? So unless you got little magic friends, they help you a little bit faster. But
I spent a year.
It takes a lot of practice to even break one little thing, right? One little activation. So it all goes back to self-love and loving ourselves more, because that's what anything is, really. So how can I love myself more? How can I be more compassionate to myself? How can I be more nurturing to myself? Especially in those moments of, high energetic times. Don't forget your magnesium oil twice, 3 times a day. I've been using it, hydrate with your structured lemon water with salt minerals in it. Just trying to do the things that keep us from getting so activated. It's usually when we're out of balance is when we're activated, which is because we're not doing self-care.
So pre-game with self-care.
Yeah.
And then when the worst moment hits, I spent a year getting myself to immediately say, wait, we don't care. We don't care at all. This isn't real. This is happening somewhere. This is happening on the earth plane, in the matrix, in the game. We don't care. We really don't care. None of this matters. I'm going to go back to my life, not this place where I'm dealing with a bunch of BS right now. I'm going to go back and heal, and so if you have to dissociate and say we don't care to get yourself out of that minute and get your, like everything Amber's saying, get yourself back through the emotional experience and then ground again.
Love yourself, forgive yourself, honor yourself, right? And just congratulate yourself for being here on this crazy freaking planet at this time. It's like the craziest, place to be in, who knows, all the universes. It's fucking crazy. So congratulations. So proud of all of you for waking up today and being here and holding the consciousness that you do and evolving yourselves and being open to more than this little box, right? That we were born into. So yeah,
exactly.
You guys are awesome. Love you guys.
Can I just say one thing? I got a vibration plate earlier this week, and it's changed my life.
Ooh.
I love it. I'm on it like 20 minutes a day now.
The ones that you stand on and they shake.
Oh, God, it makes me feel so good. I wake up in the morning and you're under all that like astral junk and all that. And I just get up and I'll drink like lemon water and then I'll get on that thing and it just like shakes all the junk out. It's
your
so
lymph
awesome.
nodes, right? It really helps.
It's moving your fascia, right? Your fascia, diatomaceous earth.
I just started today.
So yeah.
I just started the diatomaceous earth today, by the way. Yeah. Sorry.
Awesome. Thanks for that reminder. I need to get me one of those.
Thanks, Shannon.
I used to use one at the gym, but I didn't know any of that stuff. I knew that it was good for you, for your lymph nodes and everything. I'm sorry. Go back to you and Shannon talking about that.
Oh no, she's the one who told me.
Great thing. John is trying to do it on the daily. I have a girlfriend who is like super into wellness and longevity and aging in like a manner where you're not a little old lady with a broken hip. And she, hands down, the number one thing that she recommends is the vibration plate.
Yeah.
M said, I want every cell shaken, not stirred. That's pretty funny.
Well, and it's another good place to release some emotions and, being able to feel all of the feelings, even the shit ones, is a blessing. Whenever you get down, we chose to come to Earth. Everybody's like, Earth school is a really hard school, and it is. But as part of that, you get to experience all of these things. And if you just lived like a mundane, no up or down, like that doesn't sound really fun. I mean, I wish everybody more ups, way many more ups than downs, but to feel it, know that it doesn't own you, it doesn't control you, and you can move away from it. That's power.
Yeah.
Mm,
That you aren't the
agreed.
experience, you're just the awareness of it. And yeah, we can't take things personal. The four agreements, yeah, it's all these fun lessons. That one would have saved me years of pain, suffering. Don't take things personal. That was big for me, man. That crushed me
Yeah,
so hard.
Would have been
yeah.
great in my
Me
20s.
too.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. Like you ask yourself, why do I have all of these types of people in my life? Or like, why am I not making the amount of money that I think I should? Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And it's so much of that is ancestral distortion and a lot of stuff that's kind of just like handed down through the lines. And once I realized that, to not take it quite so personally, something really switched with
Yeah,
that. And I was like,
me
okay, I
too.
can work with this. This is just a lesson I'm learning. This is not me. This is not my identity. This is just like part of it. And I feel like that made all the difference. It really did.
It's like we are our ancestors, right? We're like
Mm,
literally the ancestors. So it's like
yes.
we did come with all that. So, but we get to come here and break through all that, and it is so magical and fun and
Yeah.
miraculous. And I mean, that's why we're here, right? I mean, and
For the
it's
magic.
yeah, it's just it's pretty incredible to be here. Yeah. So, thanks for
I'm
being here with me,
grateful.
girl.
Yeah. This was so fun, you guys.
Yes, so good to see you.
Yeah. Good to
Mhm.
see you. I need to buy some more of your products, by the
Okay.
way.
Tiger
We'll
Paw
set
said
it
that
up.
they've been through 5 pounds of diatomaceous earth this year already.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Good for you. How's that
Yeah.
helped you? I would be curious. What do you notice with
And then
that?
Sydney was asking, what is a vibration plate? Shannon, do you want to give the
Oh,
your
it
definition?
it's literally a thing, like I'm gonna date myself. Y'all remember step aerobics or the step like where people would like stand on a little platform and like work out? It's like that kind of level of platform, and it vibrates, and you can do different settings, and you literally just stand on it. Some
Hmm.
people will like lift weights while they're on it or do other things while they're on it, but it vibrates and you can set different vibration levels, and it just sort of like shakes your body. And so if you're prone to swelling, your lymph not moving properly, congestion, those sorts of things, like where your body's not flowing the way that it should. Your blood, your heart pumps it. Your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. So it relies on like gravity, movement. Um, I'm not one to stand on my head these days, but like, when you're in a pool and you like do a handstand, it sort of helps everything move. This just sort of vibrates you, and it's not anything intense, but it's really good for your balance and like your skeletal system, your lymphatic system, your fascia, which holds everything together, sometimes in a bad way. But yeah, you can find them on Amazon. There are all sorts of different price points of them, all sorts of different features, but 10-20 minutes a day is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Thanks
then
for that.
yeah, yes, yes. I'm gonna
All
go
these
start.
life-saving tools. I mean, we need what we can get right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and these aren't gimmicks either. Like these aren't gimmicks.
Mm.
These are things that are actually going to make a difference. And then Sydney was wondering what the diatomaceous earth is for. So Amber, you gave me a good explanation last live, I think. So do you want to repeat what
Yeah,
you use it for?
it helps like the crystallization and mineralization between the fascia. So it's helping our light bodies basically ground, and that with the magnesium is really important in giving us more of a shield to our energetic org body.
And
So
then in the physical, it helps with digestion.
yeah, let me just see.
So Sydney, I just bought it on Amazon. You get food grade diatomaceous earth. I think I spent $10. It's a huge bottle. It comes with a point like a ketchup bottle, but it's like big. And today I just added it. You're supposed to go slow. I asked ChatGPT and it's
Yeah.
like ease into it, but I take a lot of stuff. And so I just added it to my pineapple turmeric ginger shot today. I put so much stuff in this one shot today because I was like, we're changing things. I had a weird day yesterday. Like, it was like an exorcism that I drank today, but no side
Did you put
effects so
some
far.
tar water in there too? Like just a
I'm
little
like,
splash of.
yeah,
Yeah. Some she
Wow.
legit. That's the she legit.
yeah,
The tar
yeah.
water.
That's
Oh
tonight.
yeah,
I'm gonna
She does
that's
do that,
literally tar
actually.
water.
I'm gonna start taking that at night. I'm gonna switch to
Hmm.
nighttime and see how I feel. See what it does
Yeah.
for me at night. Anyway, but
It's
yes.
so real quick. It's gut cleansing and a
Mhm.
detox support. So it's like an internal broom, and it goes out and helps binds and escorts toxins, heavy metals, unwanted microbes, the diatomaceous earth,
And
and it helps digestive reset.
the
Yeah.
$10 thing that I got today is probably going to last me 6 to 8 months,
Yeah,
and
forever,
it's
right? Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah,
And you can put it in capsules or just your smoothie or whatever, just a little bit of water and drink it back.
yeah.
Is it the same as zeolite? Or bentonite clay? Is it
No,
pretty
it's
similar?
different too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, and then
of little tiny diatom
yes,
creatures. They're like single cell. They're like tiny microscopic organisms.
Aquatic, microorganisms.
Mm.
and then Sydney said there's a lot of chat about magnesium, but it's confusing. Do I need this with the earth? So go ahead, Amber.
So the magnesium, you can go on Amazon. What I do is I buy the ancient minerals magnesium salt flakes.
$12
It's
again.
I get they actually had an 8-pound bag for $18 on sale recently. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and so we buy it that way because we just make our own, and you just take distilled water and then you get that hot, not boiling, but just hot, and then you melt the magnesium flakes in there, have it in a spray bottle, and what I do is I spray it on. I also put like healing frequencies into mine as I'm doing it in crystals and stuff, but that's just me.
Me too, and essential oil. So
Yeah, and you can add
you
can add very important. You can add lavender oil because it can sting. It does sting you at first because when we're magnesium deficient, you can feel it and it kind of burns and itches on your skin, especially if you're sensitive or on your moon cycle, it can be even more sensitive. So just be aware of that.
It goes away. It goes away.
Yeah. And so what the idea is, the most effective way is to spray it on first thing when you wake up, let it soak on your whole body, not your private parts, of course, but if you can, like your back, your kidneys, your neck, your chest, and your legs, feet. And then you let it soak for 20 minutes and then you rinse it off in the shower real quick, but that will shield your body, literally like energetic shield pretty much all day, unless there's a lot of solar flares, then I have to do it 3 times a day. But I spray it on, let it sit for 20 minutes, rinse it off. I also make magnesium butter. You can make it into a butter, and so you don't have to rinse it off every time, but I just feel like it's most potent when I make it into the spray and really get it into my system, because the magnesium, we're all deficient in magnesium, and it's very important for our nervous systems. I mean, obviously that's what the one thing I learned is it's so important for the nervous system and stabilizing and grounding us and keeping our shield around us so we're not absorbing all the energies. It's literally like keeps you from absorbing the energies of the collective and everybody else. So but yeah, you spray it on and then rinse it off twice a day. It'll change your life. And yeah, it's super affordable. It's definitely recommend it for everybody.
I've been spraying it on my calves and the back of my legs, but I don't rinse it off.
You don't have to. I spray it over my whole body because that's just what I need for me. Because I'm like extra sensitive. So that's just how my dad channeled through Jay actually and told him specifically, like, Amber, in order to get over those crazy energy takedowns I was having.
Yeah.
He, came through and said that I had to do it specifically twice a day at least, let it sit for 20 minutes, spray my whole body, and it's worked pretty much. Like, I did have an energy takedown actually last couple days ago or whatever last week, and I don't know if you guys felt that crazy energy
Yesterday.
a few days ago, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was describing when I was
yeah.
like, oh, all this stuff started
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was affecting our neighbors. Crazy, just darkness, like all around
Yesterday.
us.
I was like, I'm not
Wow.
getting sick. What the hell is this? Like,
Yeah,
I felt
and
like my
so
immune everything.
the magnesium, it helped. I still had that effect, and I did end up throwing up, but it was a lot faster, and I didn't feel like that whole nausea thing. The nausea part in my solar plexus didn't feel like that. It was almost like I didn't even know I was gonna purge, but it's still like the energies. That's just how my body works. It's just whatever I'm picking up. It just gotta come out. But the fun work of an energy grid worker, you know? But
I think maybe
Good
just
times.
get a bucket and put it in one of your doorways and then fill it up and then with a rope just dump it on yourself in the morning.
There you go.
Yeah.
it's usually when I'm on
Like
my
flash
period.
dance.
Yeah. It's crazy, but it definitely has helped. So I know for a fact that it's been life changing, like in that sense, if you're sensitive. So
That's awesome.
Oh.
Sid was asking, is a lavender Epsom salt bath equivalent? No, because they're different because you need the magnesium. I just did a lavender Epsom salt ancient minerals bath. That's fun, 2 days ago.
you have to use
Yeah.
a lot of salt to do the bath. So it's best to just do the spray. You make your
Yeah.
own spray and then you get all the benefits, and then you can take it. So what you could do is spray yourself down and then get in the bath, and put the
That's
lavender in
true.
there. And the lavender oil or, whatever kind of oil you want to put in there, you can, essential oils. But the lavender, I recommend. It's also calming, and then the magnesium's calming to the nervous system. It helps you sleep at night. It helps with cramps, tension, restless leg syndrome, all that. It really helps like calm and balance the nervous system and the solar plexus. So, yeah.
And you told me something I didn't know, that we absorb magnesium better through the skin
Yeah.
rather than
So
taking
when
it.
you take
Yeah.
the stuff by mouth, that's all junk, like all that.
Yeah.
There's like so many different ones. I've done so much research. That's why I went to the spray. I was like, okay, let's just get to the real, like how to effectively get this into our system. Our foods are deficient in it, right? So, but yeah, the spray because our skin's the most porous, right? And so it's our biggest organ, and so it absorbs it the fastest, and it's instantaneous, you guys. Like if you have migraines too, put it on your head. Your migraine, it'll instantly take your headaches away. Yeah,
Good to know.
pretty powerful. I would
I
carry it
have-
tool. Light
Yeah.
shield.
I've heard people say that they put salt on their tongue when they get a bad headache. So I guess that's
I've done that.
Yeah.
I always
like
carry
Celtic
that's
sea salt.
Yeah, you want to always be hydrating with sea salt, either in your water or put it a couple times a day, a little bit under your tongue.
Yeah.
Minerals. Yeah.
About 6 months ago I switched to Celtic salt. Do you have a opinion on that?
I like to kind of switch it up.
Okay.
Why not? Like, because there's so many. The Celtic salt's really good. The Himalayan salt, the Hawaiian sea salt.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of other salts too, like that you can get from the islands that are generated naturally, which is really cool. We just got some from Kauai from our trade market. So awesome! Oh my gosh, the best salt I've ever had in my life. It's like pink.
Yeah.
Nice.
I switched because Celtic salt is like 50% lower in sodium, and so when you're putting it on your food, you're putting less sodium. So that's why that was.
I don't use any regular table salt ever. Like
Yeah.
Gone.
That's
Don't
like
ever use
McDonald's of salt.
Yeah, I don't want to use any of that salt.
Okay, well, we've kept everyone here for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Thanks,
Wow.
guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gina, thanks for coming on and letting us share some very personal parts of your
Of
galactic
course.
heritage.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I thought it was really fun. Also, I guess I'll do a little plug for my
Please.
podcast. If you guys would like to head over to my podcast, it's called Aether Flows Podcast. And I have a lot of, I do a lot of like interviews with other contactees and experiencers, and energy workers. I've done interviews with Kimberly and with Amber and Jay, and it's really fun. I mean, I've documented a lot of my experience through that channel, and
Mhm.
it's been man, it's been life changing starting that channel. I didn't think it
You
would, but it
it's
really
still a
has.
quieter channel, like, but you have really important big people, not us. I'm not trying to like do that. Like your guests that you've
We're
invited
all
on,
important,
right?
Kimberly.
But I like right after you said we were on it, I'm like, well, really important people show up on your show. But you have a lot of very like everyone that you have on is extremely well spoken, has great stories to share, like very um like they really the topics that you talk about, they really do know a lot about it. So the conversations that you have on your show are very compelling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so grateful to have made so many awesome connections with really amazing people I never would have thought I would ever have conversations with. So it's been a blessing. I have an interview on the
Mhm.
15th with what's her name? Cynthia Larson, is that her name? It's like three names, but she's been on Higher Journeys with Alexis Brooks, and she's been on Gaia. I think her healing business is called like Quantum Shifters or something like that. But anyway, she's not usually into the whole cryptid world, but apparently she had a really cool Sasquatch experience. So I reached out to her and I was like, "Hey, you want to talk to me on my little channel?" And so we're going to do that. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
Well,
I would
you're
be grateful if you guys would want to head over and watch some cool videos.
you
Like and subscribe.
yes, please like and
Yeah.
subscribe. Well,
Yeah.
to everyone that and not me. This is where. So please like and subscribe to
Ether's
Star. Please like and subscribe to Gina. Please, and then Shannon and I operate on here. Um, the I called your channel quiet just because you have kept it extremely authentic and you haven't pushed through any marketing channels, but it's
Well,
a powerful channel.
yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's been, it's been a journey learning how to I'm still working on it. Promote myself and like sometimes like you said, Kimberly, sometimes you got to play the YouTube game if
Hmm.
you want to like.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, depending on who you are, some people that's really important, and other people, like me, I kind of was just told to do this, and so I'm just doing it, and it's really fun. And I've gone through phases of being, really, oh, I don't have enough subscribers or watchers or whatever, but at this point, it's so fun just to do it.
Hmm.
So it's like,
Yeah.
who
And that's what we're
cares?
doing here.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah,
we're doing here.
exactly. And
All
this was
right.
super fun.
Well, cool. We have I have some people kind of lined up without dates chosen yet. I have some really cool guests coming forward in the future
Awesome.
here. And thank you everyone for showing up, for remembering, for joining the chat. And next week maybe we'll just go old school back to readings. We'll do readings for everyone who shows up in the chat. I can bring you on, by the way, folks in the ethers over here. So with a Zoom link, I can drop it in the chat and you can join us if you ever want to do like a 5 minute reading where we can see you and if that
Can you
feels
call them on like right now? If somebody was like, call me on, that you can call them on.
yes. Yes.
Like that's cool. We should do that. And
Mhm.
then like do a collective little
Yeah.
like that'd be
Well,
fun.
the way we did it with Case, remember? He
Hmm.
just dropped his StreamYard link in, but since we start this with Zoom, I can drop the link and someone can come on for a few minutes. We can do
Oh,
the
so they
reading
would
or
have to just pick up. Gotcha. That's how
yeah,
it would do
I just have to invite them on the Zoom and then we can do a reading and a healing or whatever somebody needs, and then go back to it just being us. So my doves are being so loud right now. I'm sure you guys can hear it. Um, Good night, everyone. Thank you all. We really appreciate you. Thank you for everyone who's listening in the future that doesn't catch the live. That's usually how I watch my favorite people is I very rarely catch the live. So I am saying with very much gratitude, thank you for being here while we're actually in real time, because
Yep.
it means a lot. Like you scheduled this into your day, and that means a lot to us. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Gina, for hanging out with us.
Yes. Thanks,
Yeah.
Shannon,
Of
Gina,
course.
Kimberly.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
All right. Well,
Thank you,
we love
guys.
you and good night back, and we love you back, and can't wait to see you next Friday.
Aloha.
Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.